Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Let's talk today about the Monday Magic Intuitive Energy Reading, my favorite day of the week. Isn't it amazing how when we escape the corporate world and we step into our life purpose, Monday can be our favorite day. So, welcome to the new year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm so excited for this year. It feels so yummy and delicious already. This energy that we are in is amazing right now. Of course, my really quick disclaimer, I am just taking an intuitive read on the energy that I am experiencing. I do not predict the future. I cannot claim that you will also be experiencing the same energy. It depends on where you're at in your life, what you are working through, what you've overcome, and your many different factors, right? Your state of being, your state of mind, your state of physical location, geographical location. It is not a better or worse scenario. It really just happens to reflect where you are at. So if you have not yet experienced this, you may experience this soon. If you are not able to get to this energy, because today's feeling pretty good, many times we all feel the yuck, but we don't always feel the great. And so what I have found is that many times if you're not able to feel the great energy, it usually has to do with, and I will preface that with usually, it's not always, but it has to do with the things that you're holding on to, whether it's the lack mentality or negative thought patterns or trauma that's not been healed, conditioning, programming. I am a brain spotting facilitator. I can assist you with that. It works for everyone, I can guarantee you. But if you're not able to tap into the yummy, delicious energy that is available today, then do reach out for help, whether it's to me or someone else, because there is something standing in your way. Okay, so let's get back to the yummy, delicious energy. It is a beautiful new year. I am a big fan of numerology. So even though we are working with a Gregorian calendar, this is not technically the new year. You know, the equinox or the solstice would be more appropriate. We are still working with numerology, which means when we move from the year 2022 to the year 2023, there is a collective and personal shift. And so if you want to know your personal year number, you add your birth date to your birth year to the current year. So collectively, we are in a 7-year and we have just shifted out of a 6-year. So I'm not going to spend time on this video going into that. Do some research. A quick Google search will help you find that. But for now, I just want to let you know that I have such a strong sense that 2023 is going to be an amazing year, especially for those who are already conscious, who are already awake, who are already aware of what is really happening behind the scenes in the world. Now, I tend to focus on my channel on healing the blocks that hold you back from your purpose so that you can assist in manifesting abundance and creating heaven on earth. And I do that because the way that we combat the darkness, the way that it's spiritual warfare, to be honest. There is so much more that is unseen than is seen. And that is what really matters. That is what we're working with. And we are powerful beings. We are here to transmute and to create. We are creators. We are manifesting all the time, whether we realize it or not. And so we are the solution. There is no one coming to save us. There is no prince on a white horse that's going to ride in and swoop up all the bad guys and make everything better. We are the ones. And it would not serve us for that to be the case. That we are powerful beings. And until we learn how to wield that power, how to take back the power and control in our lives, we would be whoever would help us would be remiss in what was lost in swooping in and saving us, right? So 2023 is going to be a really good year. There is so much hope available. The strongest theme coming through for this reading today and even for 23 is hope. This word has been coming to me for nearly a full week now in many different ways. Even my little daughter made me a beautiful little note And on the inside, all it said was one big giant word, hope. There is hope for all of us in every situation, no matter what, no holds bar. There are no exceptions. There is hope for you. And healing is possible. Subconscious reprogramming is possible. Removing the conditioning is possible. Again, I will reiterate, I am a brain spotting facilitator. With this magic wand and some energy healing, we absolutely can remove the blocks that hold you back and reprogram those beliefs that cause you to believe that you are stuck in a world that cannot heal. And so if you struggle with that, please do reach out. I do offer free 30-minute sessions. There's a link below. But otherwise, I just want to remind you, 2023 is going to be a reminder that there is hope. Now we have a couple of weeks. I'm getting a really strong sensation of an integration period. It's almost as if this recent slowdown that we've had, this recent ask of rest and calm and rejuvenation is going to continue for another week or two. That there's going to be sort of a slower pickup to the pace of 2023. That these next 2 weeks are a time to really get our feet grounded into this new year and this new energy, to continue to rest, to continue to heal, to continue to regenerate. There's a need to build those inner resources, to build the resilience, to build the ability to bounce back before we start to move forward. And in the second or latter half of January, we're really going to start to see some momentum. And I do preface these videos with, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not telling the future, but sometimes the general sense of what's coming goes out farther than just here today. And that's what's happened in the last week or so for me. I get a really strong sense, and I've had this strong sense for many months now, that big things are going to happen in the spring. March, April, May feels like a time of significant change. And after this 2 weeks of sort of settling into the energy or of integration, we are going to start to see some things pick up. We have astrologically, we have the last of the retrograde planets turning direct at the end of January. There will be a continued shadow period after that. But I believe, I haven't looked this up, so don't quote me on it, but I believe in about February, March, April timeframe, we have all planets direct for a significant period of time. We don't usually have as long of a period of time as we do. So know that we're moving towards the all planets direct momentum. Now, I will say there have been periods in the past when all planets were direct, was very fast paced. And then there were times in the past where it wasn't. But again, I am going off the intuitive energy reading and this knowing, a knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt, big things are happening this spring. And whatever that may look like for you may be different. Collectively, we are all going to experience some sort of shift and change. And I think a lot of us kind of have a general sense of what that's going to look like. That secrets are revealed, that the collapse of the old world will continue to happen and become more and more visible to those who are not awake. It's kind of what I get a sense of what's coming. We do have Pluto moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. And again, this is not a strong astrological focus, but I do have to share with you that Pluto has gone through the sign of structure, organization, and government. Pluto is the sign of death and rebirth. So there has been a breakdown happening. Some have noticed, some have not. It hasn't been truly apparent to all, although the evidence is available if one is willing to see, right? If you have eyes to see, you will see. But for many, it has not been seen. Now, as Pluto moves out of the sign of Capricorn, the destruction has happened. But now, power, the planet of Pluto is also the sign of power, the planet of power, birth and death and rebirth, power. It can be destruction, right? It destroyed the old guard, if you will, and now it is taking the power and moving the power to the people. So Pluto is moving into the sign of Aquarius, which is the sign of the people. Now it's going to do its ebb and flow. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's going to go into Aquarius for a little bit, and then it's going to retrograde back, and then it's going to come back into Aquarius for 20 years at the end of 23, or maybe even early 24. So just know that we're going to get a taste of this power back to the people. Then we're going to have a bit of a retrograde. So this slow pace can be frustrating for some, and some can feel like nothing's happening. I quit, I give up. And that's where we go wrong with our manifestations, because big things take time. Everything in our world has had to reorganize. It's going to take time. You can manifest a parking spot pretty quickly. To manifest a whole new entire life will take time. To manifest a whole new world is going to take even more time. But over the next 20 years, guaranteed, we will be living in a different world. Okay. So there is no rush. There is no hurry. Time is an illusion. And again, all is happening perfectly as it should. Everything is in perfect order. God, source, creator, divine universe is in charge. Everything's fine. It's all about our perspective and what we choose to see. They talk about moving through dimensions. It's just perspective. It's just a perspective shift. That you can feel like the world is crumbling and everything is awful. But if you choose to see the good, you choose to look away from the negative, and that's not to put your head in the sand. I'm very careful about, not being a Pollyanna-ish ostrich with the head in the sand, but rather my focus and attention creates, and I will not give creative authority to what is dying. And in fact, I take back my power and creative authority by declaring it is dying, and I'm going to focus on what I'm building. And that is what has worked for me. Now, if you know me, if you follow this channel, if you don't, maybe I should share. I have pulled myself out of the deepest, darkest depths: poverty, depression, anxiety, abuse. You cannot tell me that I've had my way paved or that someone made it easy. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt what it takes to heal and make this happen. Just one moment, please. Hey, pardon the interruption. The plumber has arrived. So I just wanted to remind you that everything is under control, right? And as Pluto moves through the sign into the power of the people, we will be taking our power back. So 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still progress. Now remember, you are the master of your environment. It is completely up to you. And all we have to do is to hold the vision, remain firm, and hold the line. When we start to doubt, when we start to fear, when we get panicky or worried, we start to get frustrated and quit and give up, that is when we will experience the difficulty. We will experience the hardship, and we will experience the reminder that you have given your power away. And of course, life will always present plenty of opportunities to help you remember to take your power back so that you no longer have to continue to suffer. Okay, with that, I will leave you. I love you, my friends. Happy New Year. It's going to be a beautiful year. Sending lots of hope and blessings and love to you all. I love you. Namaste.